acceptability of being a part of a group that does something in common.
Yeah. Um, it's like with a lot of different things. Like, you know, it's an in for a lot of people. You start smoking, there's a group of people that you automatically meet. You know, you share a common bond. Um, I own firearms, and it's a social
And
environment.
a lot of your friends own
A
firearms.
lot of my friends own firearms, but when I go to a gun range, I automatically can talk to anybody there because we share something in common. We do something in common. And I would assume that the same thing applies to cigarettes. You know,
Like, and honestly, cause for long as I've known you, you've never been really desperate for attention.
yeah,
So that's never been a problem for you. But me personally, I'm gonna be first and honest. If it wasn't for the fact I'm deathly allergic to it, I don't know. I might be smoking. I might be something I do right now. I have no idea. My girlfriend still smokes on occasion.
mm-hmm.
Doesn't smoke around me, you know, and she's trying to quit. Like none of my friends smoke cigarettes. Like, and I think that's a big thing for me. Like none of my close friends smoke cigarettes. Um, like, you know, that's another thing. Like, out of the stuff we do here, like you're my best friend. You own firearms. I want to own firearms. You know, like as soon as I turn even 21, I want to get it. And that's another thing. Like you and me talk about all the time.
Yeah,
So it's a feeling of like it's just a common ground to connect. And I think that's where a lot of people pick up the habit because
and it can become also a form of escapism.
mm,
You know, once you actually start on the drug, like the nicotine has become part of your daily,
habit.
routine. It is a form of escape. It is a chemical escape. And some people are more susceptible to it than others. It's been shown in a lot of studies that people with ADD are actually more susceptible to becoming cigarette addicts.
Addicts in general
Yeah,
because as you know, because you're ADD.
yeah,
I'm ADD. A lot of the people we hang around are ADD, which explains a lot.
yeah.
I did that whole circle thing. Like, our mind is pretty much going at a million
Miles per
an
hour.
hour. And for us to sit there and focus on one thing, so it's hard. It's incredibly hard. So when you have something that, you know, grabs your brain's attention and, locks it into one thing, it's a very, very
It,
weird feeling.
it is a weird feeling, and with the chemical imbalances in the brain that generally cause ADD,
Yeah.
stimulants cause ADD people to focus.
Yeah.
And nicotine is a stimulant, a very powerful stimulant. And it is no surprise at all that people with ADD could very easily become, because being able to stop, focus, think,
It's like a drug when it is
yeah,
itself.
it's a it is a certain level of freedom, you know. So
Yeah. And that's another thing. Do you think like the addictive quality of certain because like we were talking about it, like the main cigarette known in the African American community are Newports.
okay,
Definitely. And while cigarettes are pricey as they are right now, Newports have always been the cheapest cigarette. They're $3.29 a pack now.
okay,
Which, like I wouldn't spend $4 on cigarettes. But, for some people that's cheap to where you got like $5, $6 packs of some other stuff. You know. And somebody smokes 2 packs a day, that's $7. That's $7 a day pretty much. That's $7 a day for a month.
yeah,
So just just that type of you know, and the people I know who smoke Newports, because there's stuff in the like filter. I think in Newports, like they cut the filter out, which yeah. So
Does some. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. One of the things that always surprises me about cigarettes in general is a lot of people that I've seen that chain smoke, that smoke heavily,
yeah,
are the very people that I wonder if they can really afford it.
yeah,
You know, they're people that, they work 40, 60 hours a week just to make ends meet. And
they come home with a carton,
yeah,
and that carton's gone in a week. So that's 100 pack of cigarettes
yeah,
in a week.
and they smoke and they smoke and they smoke, and it raises questions, about what makes that important. Why them? And to be honest, I don't have answers for that.
And you know what? I've always thought about it like when you're living like that, there's not a lot you have control over. So in a sense, they want to feel like this one thing is something they have control over, which and necessarily, no, it doesn't necessarily work that way. In fact, oftentimes it's the other way around, right? But that feeling need of control, when you have something you control, you can put in your mouth, you can light it, you can control when you do it or not. It often turns around that cycle controls them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is 16 minutes, and I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot out, but